This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing. In our business, there is no second place. Either you're first or you're last.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready?
And now, the W with Walls and the crew.
Good morning.
Where winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. On 100.1 FM.
Good morning.
And Facebook Live.
Good morning, good morning. Right back like we never left. Another Saturday morning with the W Show, Kansas City, talking sports and pop culture. You're listening to the W Show on 100.1 FM, 1 Kansas City Radio, watching us live on one of our social media pages. If this is your first time checking us out, we appreciate you making us a part of your Saturday morning. Jazz, good morning.
Good morning.
It's a beautiful sunny day here in Chicago, and I was kind of surprised, being in a windy city, even though it's summertime. I was considering short sleeves, but I had to throw in the long sleeves because it's about 50 degrees in this press box.
I think I would be sweating bullets if I would have walked outside with a long sleeve this morning here in Kansas City.
We got a lot to talk about this morning on the show. There's a lot going on. There's the preseason game, Chiefs' first preseason game against the Chicago Bears. There's the Dodgers in town. I know Royals fans are happy about that. There's a few fake Dodgers fans that are floating around Kansas City. I won't call any names, Mike Lane. I won't call any names, but yeah, there's a few Dodgers fans rolling around. And since we're going to be talking Royals, they're considering a new downtown stadium in the Crossroads district. Jazz, can you believe that?
I can.
And Serena Williams, she says farewell to tennis. And the NBA and NBPA announced the league will permanently retire number 6 in honor of Bill Russell. And coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll get to our sneakers of the week during our Hated or Love It segment. Let's get to today's headlines.
And now, here are the biggest sports headlines from this week. We bring them to you every Saturday morning on the W with Walls and the crew on 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
First, we definitely want to start out with our thoughts and prayers going out to the family and friends of Chiefs Hall of Fame QB Lynn Dawson, who has been reported to have been placed in hospice care. Steve?
This, for me, kind of hits home. So when I was graduating college, I worked at Sprint, at the Sprint store at Ward Parkway. And Lynn Dawson, I handled he and his wife's account. And he was such a nice man, very humble spirit, always had a story, and the fact that he was the Super Bowl winning quarterback, and he played with my grandfather, who was the fullback, Curtis McClinton. I didn't see this one coming. He's still a young fella, I guess, so to speak. And so our thoughts and prayers do go out to him. He's definitely a Kansas Citian through and through. And to me, he's top 3 or 4 as Kansas City's, most influential people in sports history.
Definitely a household name. Of course, when you hear that, you can't help but think about the Super Bowl. So I know it's a little bit before my time, but definitely a household name. Even
a little bit. It's a lot of bit.
Now the Chiefs are taking on the Chicago Bears today in a couple of hours for their first preseason game of this year. Steve, what are you expecting to see from the team in today's game, live from Chicago?
You know what? Andy Reid said that each quarterback will get 1 quarter. However, I think if the Chiefs offense goes down and 7-8 plays, scores a touchdown, I think that'll be it for the starters. However, I want to see what the cornerbacks are going to do. I think that's an area of concern. Well, coming into the season, that was an area of concern for me, and so I really want to see, what they're able to do as far as the young guys that they have, the new additions, the safety. Justin Reed. I want to see what he's able to do, at least however much that they're going to be able to play. Now, I know Chief Defensive Coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, he won't show everything. I don't think he'll show anything really. But I think from the perspective of them just being able to get out there and hit someone other than, the people on their team, the offense that they see every day in training camp, I think they'll be fine.
Definitely. Do you think there'll be any surprises? Anybody that's been real consistent when you've been at camp that you're looking forward to seeing?
I want to see Pacheco, the rookie running back. He's wearing the historic number 10 for the Chiefs. So I thought that was a bold move coming in, as a rookie, especially. Thought that was a bold move. So I want to see what he's able to do. I think he's going to be on kickoff return, and he'll get his share of the carries today. And so I really want to see what he's able to do as a rookie coming in. And of course, he's one of those guys that was drafted and needs to show something. So I think he's going to come in here and be able to prove his worth.
Absolutely. Now the Royals are considering the new downtown stadium in the Crossroads. Are you? You asked me in the beginning, but are you surprised?
Yes, because I feel like they already had a site that they were really interested in and high on. So I'm a little confused to why you would want to go to where there's congestion. Like the Crossroads district has a lot of, buildings. Of course, I know a stadium going over in that area, you tear down a lot of stuff, but it seems like being on the side of the old Kansas City Star building, I feel like that's a great area that needs something. The area between the 18th Divine Jazz District and the Crossroads District, there's that little area in between there that, there's a lot of old buildings. There's a lot of, dilapidated buildings. And I think, that's a space where a stadium could possibly go. And people talk about tying in the Crossroads with the 18th Divine. What a better way to do it than to put a Major League Baseball stadium there.
Definitely. But I think the Crossroads is an interesting move. I know it's kind of a worry just moving into the city area in general, but like for parking and that type of stuff, like what is that going to look like in the tailgating, stuff like that? I just feel like it would be a totally different vibe than what it is right now.
Yeah, you get a downtown ballpark, and it's that's one of the things that you're going to have to account for is the parking. You're going to have, I'm just thinking about a lot of the downtown stadiums that I've been to, and you get no parking. You have to, either take an Uber, take the light rail, which the Kansas City has right now, but that's going to be a huge concern. And I think that's a concern and why people don't want the downtown stadium is because they're so used to Kaufman Stadium. They're so used to Arrowhead. They're so used to the tailgating aspect of everything. So, it's going to be interesting. To say the least.
Definitely. I think it would be interesting to see the shift too of like people going to hang out at those local bars and stuff like that rather than actually just tailgating out of their trunks and everything. So I feel like that could be cool and benefit to the city and those local businesses that are in that area.
Yeah, but then you think about it this way, like I know the Chiefs will be happy because let's just say the Royals do leave and they leave a vacant Kaufman Stadium, which they're going to have to tear down. That leaves the Chiefs with all that area and all that land over there to be able to build a stadium next to Arrowhead, which is a plus on one side. But then on the other side, you get this downtown stadium. And I think that's going to happen whether it's downtown Kansas City or moving over to the Kansas side. They're moving from where they are currently.
Definitely. Now, singer-actress Jennifer Hudson throws out the first pitch at Kaufman Stadium, though. Let's see it
surprising. First. I didn't see this coming. Now, she was I think she's doing like a tour to promote her new show that she's doing with kids, and so she of course went to the Boys and Girls Club as well. I didn't get any press release or anything on this, so it was very surprising to see her strolling out there to throw out the first pitch. And not only that, but her pitch was decent. Like we see folks like 50 Cent who try to throw out a first pitch and it went far left. We see other people try to throw out first pitches and it doesn't work out so well. So I think it was pretty cool to see her do that.
She definitely represented, and I'm just a Jennifer Hudson fan in general. So
Are you?
I love to see it. I love to see it for the girl power, and at least she represented well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm waiting on your time to shine. I know we talked about it a couple shows.
Oh yeah,
ago
that's bucket list. That's most definitely bucket list. I'm campaigning for it, and hopefully it can happen. Hopefully we gotta start like a Twitter campaign. Hashtag Steve Walls to throw out first pitch.
Go.
Can you hear me?
So many retweets. So Steve can throw out.
You know what? That'll be. But and here's the thing. I don't want it to be like just one of those.
I'll let
random
you lead the way, and then I'll go next. Put me on. Now, Serena Williams says, "Fair." This one that for her, and obviously is tennis without Serena Williams.
Yeah, she has, and I think now her daughter's getting older, and that's one of the things she talked about in the article, the farewell article. Is like her daughter's getting older, and she still wants to be a mom. Like a lot of people don't understand, that's hard to be able to be a professional athlete and raise kids. Not only that, to be a mom to do it, because most of the time the mom holds the calendar, they queen of the household, right? They basically manage everything. So for her, I think she's, it's time. It's time for her to call it quits. And not only that, she is the greatest athlete of all time, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. And it'll just be interesting to see, of course, her going out, the last game, all the views. Like I said, I just think it's going to be weird seeing tennis and watching tennis without Serena being involved. But I definitely think, especially with her influence that she has tried to advocate for women and everything, I think that there'll be some type of adventure where next for her, where she's still around tennis in some way or still being super influential. I don't see her just going off the grid after this one.
Yeah, well, she started a nonprofit where she's basically helping a lot of the small businesses generate funds for their business. So I think and it's I believe it's she's put a lot of money into venture capitalist funds, and so I think she's definitely still going to be around the game, and not only that, I mean she has a daughter, so I think she's going to put a lot of her time and effort and energy in her daughter as well. And in about 10 years, when her daughter is 13 or 14, we'll be able to see what she's able to do.
Do you think it'll be like the James, LeBron, or Bronny and everybody action? Do you think that she'll be the player running up with Serena again?
Of course. I think so. I think she's going to be able to. I mean, her mom, and we talked about it a little bit last week, where you have those professional athletes where they get the top line trainers, they get the top of the line, they're able to see what a lot of the other youth can't see. Like she's able to go to the professional matches, she's able to play on the professional tennis courts, get all the top equipment and trainers and everything. Normal kids can't get that. So when you look at it from that aspect, she has no choice but to be good.
Definitely. There's definitely a different level of opportunity for them. But one thing that I really liked about Serena's farewell too, she had mentioned in writing, maybe the best word to describe what I'm up to is evolution. She mentions not liking the word retirement. So I feel like that's just perfectly on brand, and it's just another door opening for whatever's next. Even though it might not be adding to 73 career single titles. It'll
Exactly.
definitely be something.
And she's turning 41. Like that does I mean, when you get over 30 and start pushing up to over 40, your knees start, I mean, you don't feel the same when you wake up in the next morning, right? I'm sure after matches she's felt it, and being 41 next month, she's put a lot of stress and strain on her body. Did you ever see this the movie, what was it, about the Serena Williams sisters? What was it, King Richard?
I never actually tuned in. I need to.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie, and it just talks about how they grew up. Their dad pushed them playing. They were playing tennis from a young age. So I mean, that's a lot of miles on her feet, a lot of miles on her legs and her back and body. And so I think it's time she understands. I mean, you have a young Naomi Osaka that is one of the up and coming rising stars. So she's definitely going to leave the game in good hands, I believe. And so she understands that sometimes you got to know when to call it quits.
Definitely. And I can feel her on a spiritual level, because some days I'm 23 and I feel like my knees are 41 too. So I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Now, Roger Goodell's comments about Deshaun Watson used against him in and the NFL in federal court. Your thoughts?
I said, and Q didn't believe me last week when I said this. But when Roger Goodell came out and started talking about the case and things, he legally he can't do that. Like that's influence on um, the outside arbitrator. I mean, look, you're holding all the cards. You're Roger Goodell. You're you're over the league. So when you're coming out and you're saying these things, and basically you're saying things to like, all right, this is what needs to happen. This is what should happen. I feel like that was illegal, and I believe there was a report that said that's going to be brought up. With all of everything that he said is going to be brought up in court. And so what's going to happen is Deshaun Watson is going to say, and he's already, I believe, agreed to the 8 games. Like he said that he's going to, if they'll give him 8 games, he would be okay with 8 games. And I think that's, at the end of the day, that's all the league wanted to do anyway. I mean, to me, they just wanted to save face and say, all right, we tried.
Definitely. And I feel like it only seals the deal when you're looking. I know we've talked about it, touched on it a lot here lately, but looking at other cases, where the players are sitting out for many more, and to get almost the minimum, or only, some would say only 8, others would say 8 is great, but I think that definitely spoke more than the NFL realizes or is wanting to give off.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was very PR of him. I honestly expected better, especially from Goodell. Usually I feel like most people know it, when there's an active open investigation, stuff like that, you just kind of leave it at that. Like, it's still ongoing. There's still different factors, and I'm not going to comment until everything is wrapped up. So I was very surprised and honestly expected better.
Yeah. I mean, he gave an apology yesterday. And I'm not really sure that it went over well to me. It's a little late for it. And I get it. Like, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Everyone has the PR. But to me, it was handled, like you said, it was handled a little backwards. And so I feel like now, and even watching him play yesterday in Jacksonville, he's going to be playing this season with some heavy weight on his shoulders. I mean, Jacksonville, they booed him. So I'm wondering, when the season opens up, whenever he is able to play, what's that going to be like? I remember when Michael Vick came back for his first game, and he talked about driving into the stadium, and they were, petitioning outside, and they were booing him, and he said that was a lot to overcome. Of course, people forgive and forget. However, the victims, they won't. they won't forgive and forget. I mean, they'll probably forgive, but I'm for sure that they won't forget.
Definitely. And I could only imagine. I know, like, of course we have to be considerate of his emotions and everything too, but like you said, I feel like it's only fair to think about those victims too. It's not fair to just say, all right, let's put a bow on it and keep it pushing, because that's not what those
Exactly.
do.
Exactly.
Now, NBA and NBPA announced legal retired owner of Bill Russell.
Yeah, this to me, I want to go get a Bill Russell jersey. I think them retiring his number 6 is huge. He was legendary. Um, it's the first time a player's number has been retired across the whole league. Like nobody can wear number 6 anymore. So I'm wondering, does that go with the Olympic team too? Because LeBron wore number 6.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So it's
But
gonna be it's interesting.
definitely a GOAT move. I feel like it's only right, and especially like we talked about it last week. It was a household name. Everybody knows him. I know he got
Mhm.
a little bit more attention in seeing it when he passed, but I think it's only fitting.
Yeah, I agree.
Now we're gonna take a quick break. Coming up, we'll discuss former NFL player Marshawn Lynch arrested on Las Vegas Strip for a DUI. Keep it locked. This is the W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC We Spin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC We Spin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC We Spin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC We Spin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City!
Don't be depressed, frustrated, or stressed because of the loss of a loved one. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services is here to assist you with a smooth, stress-free transition. It doesn't matter how your loved one transitioned, we will offer you a memorable celebration to your liking. We are a family-friendly, full-service funeral home right here in the heart of the city, offering affordable cremations and package pricing and quality service. Call us when you need us. 816-231-GATE. That's 816-231-4283. There's only one Golden Gate, located at 2800 East 18th Street, Kansas City, Missouri. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Are you ready to take your gaming experience to the next level? Max Adrenaline Mobile Video Gaming is here to offer the best mobile entertainment that includes video games, laser tag, and karaoke. Our mobile video game theater offers a 33-foot climate-controlled luxury RV with 5 gaming stations, and we can accommodate up to 20 players at once. Are you looking for entertainment at your next event? Well, look no further. We'll come to you. Specializing in birthday parties for all ages, sports events, team building, corporate events, school functions, holiday parties, and more. We're here when you need us at 816-897-0509 or maxadrenalinekc.com.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Can you guys hear me?
Police say Marshawn Lynch was asleep behind the wheel and said he stole the vehicle before Las Vegas arrest. How do you feel?
This is I don't want to say this is so Marshawn Lynch, but it is. Um, if you know his personality, like it seems like some stuff he would say. Police pull up behind you, and they're like, "Oh, where'd you get this car? Oh, I stole it." And of course, that's the report that they're going to run with, you know. And so, um, to look, they said the report also was that they found him asleep. Like they didn't see him actually driving the car and wrecking it. But I think now don't quote me on this because I didn't study law. But if you're going to give someone a DUI, don't they have to be driving under the influence, like actually driving? So I'm not really sure where this will go in court and how this will hold up, but I'm kind of interested to see. Uh, Marshawn Lynch isn't stealing a car. Like he's not going to be driving a stolen vehicle. That's not. I mean, millionaire athlete. That's not going to happen. Now, I'm not saying that it hasn't happened or that it can't, but for Marshawn to do that with all of his endorsements and be able to risk it all, no, I don't think that would be him.
Definitely a reach. Like you said, I think that would be interesting. I know, like if you're sitting there asleep, I guess you're not necessarily driving the vehicle. Like,
Well, no, and I think you can't be in the driver's seat though. I think if you're under the influence, you have to be like in the passenger seat. Um, so I mean, the smart thing for him to have done would have been to get over in the passenger after all the shenanigans that went down. Get over in the passenger seat and say, "Hey, I don't know who the driver was. I was in this Uber, and
and then
and he just happened to hit a bunch of potholes on the way down."
Steve's over here making a way for this, for this story. No, but I really hate to see it though. I know we touched on it last week or in our meetings talking about it. It's like another one bites the dust in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do.
Happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas, but this one obviously it's gonna blow up, and you really just got to be on all your P's and Q's.
Yeah, and I feel like there should be. I know there's other guys that have talked about this before, but there should be for current athletes, former athletes, guys that and just people in general. There should be just that something in your vehicle that says, "Nope, you're intoxicated. We're going to call you an Uber, or we're going to call you something, or your car just won't start." I'm waiting on that to be released. But it is what it is. Now, don't forget the Super Bowl will be in Vegas in 2024. So Vegas has taken down a many a stars.
And we thought LA nightlife was crazy when we were out there. I can only imagine Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, and just think about it. Within the past, I would say year, you've had 3 incidents of football players that have been under the influence, and something's happened after midnight. What was it?
True.
Herm Edwards that say nothing good happens after midnight.
Right. Apparently.
And especially in Vegas.
Definitely. How do you think that's going to hold up with like the NFLPA and everything though? Because at some point, yes, obviously that's your own personal life. Guys are going to participate in nightlife. They're still human beings, but how do you think that would go over with the NFLPA trying to implement something like the breathalyzers in the car, or even trying to almost put their hands in or control the athletes' lives outside of the football field?
You know what? I feel like for it to always be in the same place. And I get it. It happens everywhere, not just in Vegas, but it can happen in California. It can happen in Kansas City, right? Knock on wood. But I think they have to implement something. I mean, but because when you look at all of these players that it's happened to, those guys have friends like that are in the league. And so when those guys see, oh man, that happened to my buddy, why would they put themselves in that situation? And sometimes I know you're in the moment, hindsight's 2020. So, it has to be something else that could possibly be done, whether it be the vehicle service. And I know some teams have that, the vehicle service, or some type of service to where you don't have to just drive your car. That's I get it. A lot of these guys have these $500,000 cars and they want to show off their money, but I mean, sometimes you got to smarten up.
Definitely. And you would think at some point it's like, okay, I have so much on the line, so much going for myself, and there's a reason why I have this $500,000 car. Why would I ever risk it or risk losing it? But
Yeah.
I definitely think it comes down to, like you said, like a pride thing, a flex thing.
Yeah.
But at some point, I feel like you got to have that gut check within yourself and be like, it's not worth it, or what am I really doing here? And I know once like alcohol is involved and other things, it obviously shades your judgment, but you would hope better. I want to do better.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when you get these young guys, 23, 24, 25 years old now. Now Marshawn Lynch is older, so he's old enough to know better. But these young guys that become young millionaires, and sometimes you gotta hit your head before you understand.
Definitely. You gotta learn the hard way.
Right. Right.
And as my parents would always say, a hard head makes a soft something else.
You know what? It's right.
Now, former NFL running back Frank Gore charged with simple assault in New Jersey. What are your
Here's
thoughts?
another one of those. Here's another one of those examples. It's like, come on, Frank. Now I know we talked about it in our meeting this week, but like we don't know what was happening and what the situation was. All we know is what the outcome was and what the video showed. So these guys are gonna learn. Like these professional athletes, football players, you can't put your hands on a woman, right? Like you can't put your hands on the opposite sex. It's not gonna end well for you.
Definitely not. And for me, I guess whenever these stories come out too, and of course it's like caught on camera, and it's always the videos that are blown up and everything. And I know we touched on it a little bit during the week when we were talking about it, about that feeling whenever you black out, you're angry, or you're acting out of character for that split second, and then you look up and you see a camera. But it really just makes me think too, like if this is happening, like they reported of him dragging her like on a hallway in a public area, like I could only imagine some of the things that could have potentially been happening behind closed doors that we don't even know about. And it's really scary to see, like we may only see the iceberg, like that just might have been a flash out moment. It's really crazy to think about.
Yeah, and I know, and so a lot of times you get these guys that and alcohol is involved, drugs are involved, not on the man's side, but on the woman's side too. And so people say things that they don't really mean, and one time it just goes too far, So, man, all you can do is just say, man, I hope for the best for both parties.
Absolutely. Now, to celebrate the park's 50th anniversary, Worlds of Fun announced the return of the Zambezi Zinger.
Come on, Jazz, the Zambezi Zinger. Come on.
Try to say that 10 times fast. That's a little bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. This is the ride. This is the ride that the guys loved, because you had to the way that the ride was. It was a little car that had one seat, so you had to whoever you're riding with you had to sit between each other's legs, if that makes sense, like sitting on someone's lap riding the roller coaster. I don't think they're going to bring that part back, but that was the part that I liked. And I think that was, and it had a tunnel, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. It had a tunnel, and yeah, it was a pretty nice ride. But this ride is going to bring back a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people, because I think there's a part of the ride that kind of swirled up to the top, and I don't know if we have that picture, but and then kind of just drop right down. So yeah, this is gonna bring back a lot of nostalgia, not only just for the name, but just for the park as well.
For
Yeah,
sure.
see, there's a picture. Yeah, I like that. If you're not watching on, if you're listening to us on 100.1 FM, if you're not watching on at the W Show KC on social media, you can go and see it on our Facebook. We posted a couple of photos. But yeah, this is it's supposed to be a wooden and metal roller coaster. So It's about time Worlds of Fun does something.
See, and it might be the wood for me that it's a little too creaky. It's given a little bit too much. I know that's part of the experience and adds to the fear or whatever, but I don't know. I'm a roller coaster person to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one.
Yeah, we're gonna have a W show day at Worlds of Fun. We're definitely gonna have to do that.
Definitely. After our Universal Studio experience, we can have a blast in amusement parks.
Of course.
Now, Padres star Fernando Tatis Jr. suspended 80 games for performance-enhancing drugs. Thoughts?
This is interesting. I know he's injured, and a lot of times you get those guys that do the PED so they can recover faster. He just signed a 14-year, $340 million deal right before the 2021 season. So, yeah, he's on rehab, and you get these guys that take the performance-enhancing drugs because it makes your muscles, grow faster and recover faster. So, what did they say? If you're not cheating, you ain't trying. So he was trying to get better. And so the thing about was the statement that he released saying that he inadvertently took a medication containing the clostebol, to treat a case of ringworm. So I don't know if that's gonna fly. You know what you can and cannot take. People know what they're putting in their body. So I never understand when someone say, "Oh, well, I didn't know it contained that. I didn't know it had that in it." So, yeah.
And especially with medications like that, I'm assuming that obviously it's prescribed. And if you're working with team doctors, stuff like that, they automatically are looking for things or comparing to that list. I feel like they wouldn't even prescribe that to you in the first place, knowing that it would trigger.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, I agree. And you know what you're putting in your body. You absolutely do. And it's just one of those things that if he had not have been coming, if he actually had the case of ringworm and he said, "Hey, this doctor prescribed this," then he has a case. But if you can't say where you got it from, who prescribed it, when they prescribed it, you didn't go to CVS and pick up this prescription. I guarantee you that.
Right. And that would be, it's hard for me to understand that too, because especially being an athlete in his position, that's one of the first questions I'm asking a doctor or in a situation like that. Like, hey, slap that list down right in front of them. Like, this is what I can and can't take if you aren't already going to a team doctor, like I said before.
Exactly.
Which I feel like that'd be the smart thing. I wouldn't just go to just anybody, even if it is as simple as a case of ringworm, quote unquote.
I agree.
Now, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll have our Hater Love It segment, kick it off with our sneakers of the week. This is the W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Don't be depressed, frustrated, or stressed because of the loss of a loved one. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services is here to assist you with a smooth, stress-free transition. It doesn't matter how your loved one transitioned, we will offer you a memorable celebration to your liking. We are a family-friendly, full-service funeral home right here in the heart of the city, offering affordable cremations and package pricing and quality service. Call us when you need us. 816-231-GATE. That's 816-231-4283. There's only one Golden Gate, located at 2800 East 18th Street. Kansas City, Missouri. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Are you ready to take your gaming experience to the next level? Max Adrenaline Mobile Video Gaming is here to offer the best mobile entertainment that includes video games, laser tag, and karaoke. Our mobile video game theater offers a 33-foot climate-controlled luxury RV with 5 gaming stations, and we can accommodate up to 20 players at once. Are you looking for entertainment at your next event? Well, look no further. We'll come to you. Specializing in birthday parties for all ages, sports events, team building, corporate events, school functions, holiday parties, and more. We're here when you need us at 816-897-0509 or maxadrenalinekc.com.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it. Message us, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want.
It's that time for Love It or Hate It.
Hate it.
If we love it, we talk about it. If we hate it, we move on.
Steve, I guess it's just me versus you for sneakers of the week this week.
Yeah.
I'm the same case. I feel like sometimes you throw some shoes at me that you think I would wear, and I'm like, never ever. But for the most, I feel like we're pretty similar. But starting off the Nike Air Max Penny Orlando's.
My favorites. This is by far it this week. I think these bring back a lot of nostalgia, going back to like elementary, not elementary, but like middle school, like going into high school. These are a vibe right here. I really like these. I'm upset I didn't get them, but I'll just have to get them on the resale market. So it is what it is. But I will have a pair of these before the summer is out.
Definitely. I feel like they are classics for sure. Like just in a basic, I would definitely rock them. I don't know about favorites this week, but I would rock them. Probably my favorites this week would actually be the women's Nike Dunk High Racer Blues.
Yeah, these are fire. I like these. These are like the satin blue with the Volt green on them. Yeah, these are nice.
Very tough. It's something about like that blue and the Carolina blue, always tough on dunks for sure.
Yep.
The Nike Air Max 97 bread.
I love these. Do you know what the bread means?
I do not.
Black and red.
Oh, clever.
Yeah, so when you hear Jordan 11 bread and Jordan 4 bread, that's just black and red. That's all.
That's clever. I never really thought about it that way.
You were today old when you found that out, huh?
Learn something new every day.
Right.
What are the Dope Boy 97s? I mean, I'll always rock the 97s, but
yeah,
good to know. Good to know. And last but not least, the padded Nike Air Max 1 Dark Russet.
I like these. A good fall shoe. The brown and purple, it really just goes together. It flows with I think that's like a teal where the eyelet for the laces. Yeah, I like those.
Definitely. I would definitely rock them. In winter too, I feel like they'd be easy to keep clean. I feel like we're always talking about how long that they'll last on here too. So I think those would be easy to keep clean. I would rock them for winter for sure.
Yeah, especially a brown leather, and then you don't have white on the bottom. It's that cream. It's where it's like the little dirty, little bit of dirty look. Yeah, I like those.
Yeah, you could definitely get away with it on those. Now, something that Antonio Brown performs at Rolling Loud goes viral over cringy dance moves. Hate it or love it.
I kind of like it. I kind of like the little dance move that Antonio Brown has. It's going to be the new.
So Steve, we could catch you doing this one in the club.
Oh yeah, you definitely gonna see me doing it. I gotta get my little one too. That's right. That's right. But no, yeah, this is Antonio Brown at his finest. He's done playing football. He's gonna start a rap career now, so we'll see. but the NFL guys have they've definitely they've taken they like it. They do it. You see guys scoring touchdowns. This is gonna be the new what's the little dance, huh?
This is the new gritty, the new version.
This is the new gritty. you're gonna see guys, and they're gonna start adding stuff. So this is gonna be the cool thing about it. They're gonna add stuff to it. Now that's when Antonio Brown has to realize, like, all right, I gotta add some more to the dance. So now you go get you a choreographer and figure out how I can add more to this dance, and
Spice it
you'll
up a little
definitely
bit.
see it.
Spice it up.
Exactly.
Taking it wrong, especially with TikTok now, though. Like even with the gritty, how much that blew up. Like all these different dances are really going crazy, and it's funny to see how they're actually going viral. People making names for themselves.
So in training camp, there was a little kid that every player that walked by, do the gritty, Miko, do the gritty, Patrick Mahomes, do the gritty. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Do the what? I'm trying. Do they have a name for this?
Do the
Does
AB?
he have a name for this dance? The AB?
I don't know. I don't know if that's the name, but I feel like I think it's the put that blank on. I think that's what it's originally called, but we're gonna have to make some kind of PG-13 version of it.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, the song isn't bad.
It's not. It's not. You could definitely make it tailored.
Yeah. That may be my next Instagram post. Put that on.
Okay.
Put that ish on.
And put a couple of emojis you throw in next to it. You got to spice it up. You were just talking about Antonio Brown spicing up his dance. So what emojis are you throwing in the caption?
TBD.
Okay. So you gotta leave the, what is it, like a little bit ominous, whatever.
Yep. Most definitely.
Okay. I'll definitely like, comment, subscribe, all the above.
All right.
Now Snoop Dogg has gifted NBA star Stephen Curry his own death row chain. Hate it or love it.
I love it. I love this.
Very tough. Let's see the chain.
Come on, man. Chaining day. Come on, man. Chaining day. You know? Oh, wow. That make no sense, bro. Oh, yeah. They ain't got that. Come on. They ain't got that step. They ain't got that one. They ain't got this. That's official.
He said they ain't got that Steph. They ain't got that one. That's official. Yeah, this is funny. Just to know. I mean, especially if our listeners don't know the meaning behind death row. Like, it's either you get down or you're gonna lay down. So yeah, death row was the label. That was it back in the day. And so like it was death row and bad boy. So you're either with death row. Death row is definitely West Coast, and that's what Steph is. West Coast through and through. So yeah, it's pretty cool though.
I love to see it. Definitely a big Snoop Dogg fan. So I think it was really cool and cool for Steph for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now social media reacts to Royals barbecue Reese's peanut butter cup sandwich.
Yuck.
Hate it or
Yuck.
Yeah.
Hate it. Yeah, definitely yuck. This doesn't even seem like. First of all, I don't like peanut butter, and second of all, I don't even like pork. So
yeah, you holding 2 L's then, for sure.
Yep.
But initially, I will say that I was thinking disgusting, same thing. But it might be one of those like sweet and salty things, you know, having the
no. This isn't the mixed bag of nuts with the M&Ms and the peanuts, and this isn't that. That's sweet and salty. This is yuck.
You're not, hard pass. What's your favorite stadium food though? Like, are you going for the hot dog, the glizzy, the pretzel, the popcorn? What's your go-to stadiums?
Definitely ain't the glizzy. It ain't that. Let me see. It is. If I had to, that's tough. That'd be nachos, like a brisket nacho. The Royal Stadium, they have a helmet nacho, which is pretty fire. But yeah, it definitely would be the nachos.
The nachos, okay, fair enough.
Yep.
I would have to go with pretzel. I'm a big pretzel fan. I think I would go with pretzel. And you gotta definitely the bread with the jalapenos and cheese. Yep.
Okay.
I need it.
All right. What's our producer Broderick say? What's his go-to?
Broderick, what's your go-to stadium snack?
Did
he said the pretzel. See,
the pretzel. He's lame too.
One. Oh, or he said the glizzy. So But we're gonna stick to the pretzel because I like that vote.
Oh,
That's
okay. All right.
I'll take it. Now, MLB investigating why Pirates Rodolfo Castro had cell phone in pocket during game per report. Hate it or love it.
I love it. I mean, of course, for whatever reason, he had the phone in his back pocket. He forgot it was there. He was texting his girl or texting somebody. And so, yeah, it just happened.
Now, other controversies have said that it could have been linked to like a diabetes thing or something like that. Like, what do you think?
Nah,
I feel like of texting the girl during the game.
Nah, he was on Snap or something. He this wasn't a diabetes thing. He was on Snap. Because if that was the case, the league have your test stuff. Like they know all that. And so yeah, he was on Snap, he was on IG, he was doing something that he wasn't supposed to during the game.
But
we have video of it.
Let's see the video.
Might have broken a bat right there, and that's going to drop in front of Thomas. Castro hustling into third. And it's a pair of 2-out base runners for the Pirates. Have you ever played with a phone in your pocket?
No. I mean, we didn't have cell phones back when I played. I don't understand that even a little bit.
It's Rodolfo Castro's apparently playing with his phone. Hey, you take it. You ever played with a phone in your pocket?
No. I mean, we didn't have cell phones back when I played. I don't understand that even.
Yeah, at that moment, he knew he messed up. At that moment, he knew, like, oh, man, the coach even pointed out, like, hey, that's your phone right there, bro. Go pick it up.
Yeah, it just is reckless to me. Like, even whenever we were playing and like, even practices, stuff like that, like I just left my phone in the locker. Like I'm not worried. At that point, it's like I'm at practice. You should know this. If I don't respond, I don't respond. I feel like if you got your girl or whoever, you got to text her back mid-game. Yeah. Red flag, red flag, red flag.
Right. Yeah, something was going on. He was definitely checking his socials on and during the game and forgot let me just slide this in my back pocket and go hit real quick. I'll be right back.
True. And I guess, I mean, baseball might be a little bit different because I guess it is kind of slower pace and you could hang out in the dugout or whatever. Even then, I don't feel like I would have my phone on me in the dugout.
Yeah, I agree. Interesting. I'm wondering, will he get fined? I'm sure he will.
Has to.
He's gonna get fined. One more real quick. This is a hashtag talk about it that someone just sent me. It says Kentucky star Oscar Tshiebwe cashes in on NIL deal in the Bahamas. So Tshiebwe grew up in Africa, and because of his student visa, he can't profit off of NILs in the U.S. But this week, while the team is in the Bahamas, he can. He said with the blitz of photo shoots, ad reads, and merchandise signings during his trip, Tshiebwe stands to earn about $500,000 in 7 days in the Bahamas, per The Athletic.
Sheesh, 500,000 in 7 days.
Yeah. That's huge.
Definitely, and that's an interesting aspect that if you can't, like, if you're not from here and using the visa and stuff like that, then you can't benefit off the NIL deals. That's interesting. You would think there would be some type of loophole in that or caveat to be able to. I feel like that's almost unfair.
I agree, because it is a work visa. So, well, he doesn't have a work visa. It's a student visa. So he's just supposed to be going to school. So he can't get any money. That's interesting.
It is, because at the same time, he's over here and they're still making profit off of him. So I don't understand how that's fair to the athlete.
Yeah. I mean, rules are meant to be broken. And I mean, they figured out a way. I think that was just in the deal. Like, they probably were able to get some company or some booster that had ties to the Bahamas that said, hey, we're going to funnel this money to this business, and then this business is going to go ahead and pay him. And in turn, we want you to come to our school. Funny how that works, huh?
Right. But shout out to that PR and marketing team, though, that had the thought behind that and being able to pull that off in just 5 days and 7 days, making that type of money. Like, genius.
Yep.
Very creative. For sure.
I agree. All right, so we appreciate everybody who joined in on today's show. Thank you for everyone who tuned in a little bit earlier, or out 1 hour early. If you're not doing anything at 11, remember to hang out with myself and Darren Smith. We're going to have our pregame cheat sheet, the Kansas City Chiefs pregame show to today's game, which is going to be the Chiefs versus the Chicago Bears here at Soldier Field in Chicago. Until next week, we are out of here.